Hey, Stealth Dog 187 back here with another video of Battlefield 1. Now, this is the last and final mission of this game, which is called Nothing is Written.
In the deserts of Arabia, an insurgency war was raging years before I got to France. Tribes of Bedouins had united to fight a war that was very different from the one we fought in the trenches. Using small mobile units, they challenged the might of an empire, and they were rallied around the ideas of a single, influential warrior. Ideas of freedom and change.
This chapter right here plays out in the Middle East during the World War I. Here we get to follow the Bedouin rebels as their quest to free their country from being suppressed and ruled by the Ottoman Empire and ruled by themselves. That's what they want. That's their goal. You know what I'm saying? Led by Sharif Hussein bin Ali, they declared open revolt June 8th, 1916. This is how they fought for their ideal of a unified Arab nation.
The Arabian Desert, a vast ocean of drifting sands and scorched, sun-baked rocks. Beneath these endless dunes, oil, the lifeblood of our new mechanical century. For more than 400 years, the Ottoman Empire has ruled these lands, controlling all that's to be found here. But the Ottomans do not rule unopposed. Small bands of Bedouin rebels have united to overthrow the empire. They strike without warning and then vanish into the desert. Fighting alongside them is a lone British officer whose exploits have earned him wide renown. The world has taken to calling this man Lawrence of Arabia. In the desert, you rely on good planning, but you also hope for a dash of luck. And luck was with us when we learned of a recently derailed Ottoman train carrying a most interesting piece of cargo. A small patrol had joined the Ottomans who survived the crash. Together, they guarded the wreckage and waited for reinforcements. When your enemy has better weapons and better equipment than you, steal from your enemy. We strive to do what we think is right, and push through those who would stop us from achieving this, no matter the cost. A lone fighter has just one advantage over a large enemy force. A lone fighter can move unseen.
So here you see the famous Hejaz Railway, which was built to transport pilgrims initially between Damascus in Syria and Medina in Saudi Arabia. But of course, it was used by the Ottoman army to transport weapons, soldiers, artillery, and other military equipment. And that's why it quickly became a target for the Bedouins, as they often planted explosive mines along the track and derailed those trains. As you can see, this is one of the examples. Now let's stealth our way into this mess.
The tribesmen fought unconventionally, using weapons they knew well. Endurance, individual intelligence, and courage were their primary assets. There's a world of difference between seeing something and having it in your own two hands.
Now the Bedouins received information about this train and that it contains and holds a very, very important document. Encrypted communication codes, to be exact. If we can get our hands on those codes, it would mean that we could control their most important weapon. And by doing that, using it against them and preventing them from using it against us. According to our information, the codes and the document should be right in this carriage right here. This black carriage in the middle right here, guarded by all those soldiers around it and on top of it. We got a little hatch on the roof, and that's where we about to sneak in.
Havadan sudan muhabbet yetti gari.
Stealth Dog 187. When you see him, it's probably already too late. Now, today is a very fortunate day for a desert ninja like myself, because we got a sandstorm coming in.
İnşallah atlatacağız inşallah.
It's approximately 3 clicks away from our position. Estimate shows that it will reach our position, our current location, in a couple of seconds. We'll use that to our advantage when it will shorten the enemy's line of sight and mask the sound of our footsteps. Here we go. One down. It's easier said than done to stealthily infiltrate that wagon, that carriage right there. They are over it, on top of it, beside it, under it. They are guarding every piece of that train. We got to get in there somehow. And it's even harder not to raise the alarm while doing it.
Otobüsü çıkartmaya gayret edeceğim. Hazır ol. Otobüsü çıkartmaya gayret edeceğim. Hazır ol.
And there you go, baby. Stealth Ninja number 1. We got it. And here's our little present. Happy birthday.
Come out. It's over.
Well, you did not think we would be fast enough to catch you here, did you? Lawrence of Arabia.
Actually, I was rather depending on it.
Lawrence. Well, this is very clever. Now the hunter becomes the hunted. So who might you be? How enchanting you are, my dear.
Ahmed.
I'll show you enchanting. If it weren't for you, I'd be free.
Free, is it? You'll be free when you're dead. And I'm happy to tell you, the Empire intends to grant you all this freedom very soon. Even now, an engine of destruction scours this desert, obliterating your allies, your families, your homes. Soon there will be nowhere to run. Nowhere to hide. Soon all that you know, and all that you love, will be ashes. You will all be free to die. Oh. Ah, you animal!
Zara. Now, I understand that you would like nothing more than to strip the flesh from that man's feet and send him off into the desert naked to die. But think about it.
You're right.
I'm sorry. My friend here, she can be a little brusque.
You're going to tell me how to lie to your train, so we can lure it into a trap and destroy it.
Impossible. To even begin to talk to that train, you would need an entire book of communication codes.
Oh, like this one, you mean?
You can never stop the progress of machines! One day, the whole world will take your lands and the precious black gold beneath its sands.
We shall see, my friend.
Of course, obtaining the codebook was not enough. To destroy this Iron Dragon, this Canavar, as the Ottomans had named it, we had to send it 3 encrypted messages telling it to stand down. There were Ottoman outposts scattered along the railroad tracks. The commanders there carried high-priority message capsules. We had to use those to send our orders. Infiltrating the village wouldn't be easy. A full detachment of Ottoman soldiers had occupied it. The Ottomans had chosen an isolated location for their desert outpost. It seemed lightly defended. It was also well stocked with arms and equipment. The ancient ruins were all that remained of a civilization now lost to time. The Ottoman Empire brought in the modern world with a host of armored vehicles and field guns. 3 commanders to eliminate, 3 personal message capsules to be stolen, and then sent with our false orders. How Zara tackled this dangerous and audacious mission was up to her.